Well. Good evening, lads, lasses, and you non-binary folk. How are we feeling today? I'm feeling positively buzzed. I actually discovered... Oh, hello, Bandy. It's a rare time to see you at one of these night scrims. But yes, I'm starting to realise that on Thursday, I don't think I was drunk, I was just carried away with the atmosphere. I felt like I was drunk, not like physically, but you know, I was very joyful and talkative, as if I was drunk, but I don't think I was. Because I don't feel like as I do now. So I don't think I was drunk until about halfway through the stream. But I was very cheerful, wasn't I? I was getting dragged away with the atmosphere, which is a very common thing with me. You'll find me at parties. The moment I turn up at a party, I tend to be very into the mood. I'm very empathetic when it comes to moods, so I tend to take other people's moods. How are we all feeling, though? I'm glad you made it this time. Make sure you're not hurting yourself with that. So I don't think I was drunk last time. I was really confused last time because I was joyful and cheerful. Let me get my arms working. But I wasn't actually drunk. I didn't feel drunk or tipsy. Today I feel tipsy, that's for sure. Helps that I used the rest of this is terrible rum I have that I wanted to use the rest of. So over the afternoon I've been getting rid of the rest of the rum. And that was probably about 4 shots of rum. But I started drinking at 3. Unusual, I know, but it is a Saturday. It's the only time I'll let myself do it. I was sitting and chatting to my nephew while, you know, drinking rum. Mixed with sweet vermouth and the soda. But either way, except 2 hours before this, so I should be fine. Oh, I hope you are. Anyway, any interesting poisons we've all brought? Today I've brought a cocktail I've actually made before, but I've made it with different ingredients this time. It's the Waldorf. A drink that uses absinthe, an absinthe rinse. That's why the green fairy absinthe is sitting there. So you kind of put a bit of absinthe in the glass and mix, usually a chilled glass, and then you roll it in the chilled glass and put it back in the freezer. I use a atomizer, used for perfume, to kind of just spray the whole thing instead of doing that. So I chill it, pull it out, spray it, put the drink in. And the Waldorf has got rye whiskey. I've only got 1 or 2 shots left in my rye, which is a shame. The rye is on the left. Then I have... Last time I made it with Bianco vermouth. Then the delay in it seems like I'm not paying attention. Don't worry. I just have a habit of reading things out that pop up in front of my face. I don't know why. Yes, I use... Last time I made it with Bianco vermouth. This time I've made it with red vermouth, or sweet vermouth, as they call it. Rosso. Different. Bianco's not as, it's not as, Bianco vermouth is slightly more dry than sweet vermouth. And together, with the Angostura bitters, it almost creates a sort of smoky, almost, Isla Scotch texture to it. All the things come together to almost make an Isla Scotch. Oh, so last stream is now your second most popular stream, is it now? I haven't been keeping my eye on it. I'm not a very good YouTuber, clearly. Not a very good streamer. Not keeping my eye on things. I also got another subscriber just after the last stream, I think. One Bacchus Diem. So I think Bacchus Diem, if he is in fact here. Whoa! Jesus Christ! Didn't realise, bloody hell! Oh. There you go, 113! God! Never let me sass the popularity of bloody Kirby, I tell you. It's terrifying, yeah, it blew up, didn't it? Oof. Dear oh dear. Probably would have blown up more if it was sort of like a clips video, but I am never going to get around to doing that sort of thing. I think I did quite good with redoing that title screen, that banner at the top of my channel. I think it looks quite good with the K. But yes, goodness, that really did blow up. Maybe I could do that. You're already doing that with the Yakuza, I can't add much more to you. But yes, goodness. 103 view in the last 48 hours. 48 hours, eh? Now it's about how much people are actually watching it, eh? That'll be the next thing to look at, eh? I don't know why I keep saying eh, like I'm bloody Canadian. What's this about, eh? So I'm getting... Perhaps. Engagement. Let me see this engagement. It's not like many people are actually watching the video very much. It has had a lot of views, but a lot of people are actually retaining themselves upon those views, you know? The problem with not being jumped, you can change it in the settings. Oh yes, I did have that problem last time, didn't I? I'll get used to it, I'm sure. I really wonder what happened to that, but... 20 minutes, 90 minutes, 40 minutes, 7 minutes. Interesting. I wouldn't have noticed that if you hadn't pointed it out. So thank you for that. I'll get back to that. Anyway, we really should jump into the game, shouldn't we? I've not much to say. I think I said most of it at the beginning of the last stream. So I don't have much to say. I don't think this game will last us very long. Because I don't think I'm going to do a completionist run of it, so... We'll see how long it takes. You can also press... Oh. I see. Also, why is my... There it is. Interesting. It's a bit higher than it normally is. I wonder why that is. I'll have to change that. But yes. Cheers, and let's start this game. Delicious. It's a good drink. Almost produces a... smoky Lefroy, Isle of Scotch-like flavour, this Waldorf. Interesting ones from the 1920s. I hope you're enjoying the game so far. I certainly am. So let's jump over to it, speaking of. Oh, damn it, I just turned off my monitor. Silly me. But yes, let's see, hopefully the game's still up. Yes, it is. Oh. Give me a moment. It's... Last stream you may have seen it go, I posted a picture of it. Looking really bad on my side. Let me just... Okay, that fixes it. Turns out changing it, the saturation for some reason is terrible the first time. Doop, doop. There we are. Let's head in. Wow, it really goes really hard on that. Tell me if everything sounds fine. The music is quite loud. Yeah, it went completely... I don't even know what to call it. Overly saturated. We've already done all of this. Didn't we do this? Did it not save? We did this at the end of last stream. Sounds fine. Wonderful. Got 40 little bastards, eh? There's a lot of people in this village. Oh, god damn it. Apparently not. Let's just sit here, tap on, yes, 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 keep going, yes, 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 I get it, 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 I get it. Come on, come on, come on. I'm all of both of the abilities, yes, 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 yes. R.I.P. Ah, well. Yeah, yes. Very cool, I know, yes. Let me press A. The button Nintendo insists is A. As the joke always goes. But expect me to be quite, scatterbrained and silly this stream. 4 shots of rum will do that to you. One time I didn't save after 4 hours in Yakuza, except not as bad. Indeed! I'm glad I've always had the habit of obsessively saving. Now give me that damn fire. Give me that gross firehead. Yes, 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 yes. It looks like he has some sort of magma tumor on his head, doesn't it? Does not look nearly as delicate as the other one does it? I get into investigate and completely forget. Yes, I see. Happens to the best of us. But I am an obsessive saver. It's a nice way to end the stream, I suppose. It's kind of like an action you can take. To sort of say, that's the end of it. That's it. That's all we're doing tonight, you know? It's kind of like Very nice tip. Hey, I like Viconeva. Yeah. But it looks like he's, you know, really badly burnt marshmallows to his head. That's the problem. Didn't like the look of it. It's sort of tumorous and pussy. Not as delicate as the sort of wonderful laurel he had before. Sort of floral crowned. What is this called? Ever Bay Coast. Mm-hmm. Well, 2 time indeed. Abandoned beach. Whee. Stuff that, I'm feeling cheery enough to do these stupid, difficult things. I'll get around to it. I'll get to the other weaker one. Oh wait, I can finally search here. Of course there was something there. That looks difficult. Let me do the easier one. Let me do the easier one! I don't know what the part-time is, and I don't care. I'm not getting part-times. Freeze and fling, skating on ice. Alright. Didn't even realize I had that ability. You just need to give more up. I was distracted by your comment. Sorry. Don't worry. That's almost entirely my fault. That was entirely my problem. I'm the one who had the 4 shots of rum. Not you. Surprised I stayed awake until the stream, frankly. Oh, the target time's 40. Why I decided to do it today is tomorrow is Mother's Day, and I know I'm old, but my mother is still alive and kicking, so I needed to... Of all the abilities, if you didn't even need to do these, I see. My mother's quite alive and quite kicking. May not be surprised I stayed awake even more, indeed. And so tomorrow will be spent on Mother's Day and spending time with the family with that sort of thing. Another weekend where an event occurs. 3 weeks in a row. A birthday, and Mother's Day. So, can't escape it. I'm attached by they're like cancer with growth. I can't get rid of these family members. But I'll be cooking for the family tomorrow. Look out for those. Fair enough. I'm cooking for the family tomorrow. So, they better be looking forward to that. Oh. Free me. What do I plan on making? Ooh. My brother-in-law is a professional chef. But he doesn't like actually cooking for himself. He actually likes feeling what other people cook, you know. And for me, he's looked at me and said, "Oh, your recent passions in Japan, right? Cook me something Japanese." He said, "Cook me something Japanese," considering that's your particular feeling these days. And I said, "Alright, I'll cook you something Japanese then." It has been my obsession recently, in the last few years. So he wanted to see how I cook. And I've cooked him some okonomiyaki before. I'm pretty good at it. And I cooked some okonomiyaki and... Mate. And then I went to a restaurant and had okonomiyaki and I could barely tell the difference. Master chef. I've had a lot of practice though. Still not a very fast cook. So I'm cooking tomorrow a Japanese meal on the name of katsudon. A pork cutlet, breaded pork cutlet. Sure that doesn't sound bad. Are you sure you aren't? You're self-doubt? Oh, you know. Perhaps. If that's the case, it's been very many years and I don't even realize I'm doing it these days, but... I think I'm arrogant enough on these streams to show that I don't doubt my own abilities. But yes, the meal I'm cooking is katsudon, a breaded pork cutlet. You cook it with onions and egg and a nice sauce you make up with sake and the like. Sake, mirin, soy sauce. You never know. Oh, wow, that actually worked out a lot better than I was expecting. I managed to nail that. Oh, no. Dang, Eric, the speedrunner. Yes, I'm pretty good at these things when I don't think about it. I cannot spell. Thank you for using the spelling of Eric I've been using on my channel recently. Thank you for that. I don't know why I had to shoot those people. I felt like I had to. But yes, thank you for that. Very kind. It's not much of a difference, but I think it'll work. Oh, I didn't even notice. Speedrunner. Wow, my eyes cannot see that properly. My brain is just seeing it as a... Oh, it's speed dumber. Shame my actor Eric as well. Thank you for that. Just think, I think it's good to listen to a professional in marketing when it comes to this sort of thing, and my nephew-in-law is a marketing professional. It's his job. So he thought, when he said, you should probably change it to Eric with a K rather than Eric with a C, because Eric with a C is already an established actor. So it'll be more likely to be found because you won't be competing against this other person that's more famous than you. He's looking a bit far ahead, frankly, but it's nice that he's putting that much thought into my stuff. I'm glad he's taking my bit of silliness seriously. Oh god, you're gonna fall in this one? I am not gonna fall. I'm absolutely... I'm a master! I fell! You're right. I was too cocky. I was too cocky. I shouldn't have said anything. My impatience got me. Ah, I'm not gonna make this. Wow, that's a really strict time, eh? Why everyone else falls is because they give you that, it's almost perfectly designed so you'll have that only 15 seconds left sort of timer. Just as you're getting to that jump. And so you get impatient and... You get impatient. It's designed. These Nintendo fellas. Alright. These Nintendo fellas are quite smart. Alright. Yes, it's game design. It's clever. My streams are probably wouldn't have sure. I can't say, my friend. Oof. That is a tough one to go for. I know, right? I sometimes wonder if it's because I do something... Subsume, 90... Automatic flintlocks, maybe? Sometimes I wonder if YouTube doesn't like certain phrases in the description. And so, it just happens to be a coincidence that the ones you turned up for got a lot harder time trials. Yeah, well, you know. That's why I'm claiming not claiming to be able to do this one 100%. If I don't like it, I won't do it. And if the Waddle Dees don't get saved, they can suffer. Frankly. They're not paying me any real cash, so there's no need to give them any mind. Woo! Poor Waddles. That's what they get for not stopping themselves from being captured. Oh, he's got a little... Look at him, he's got a little... Oh, isn't that adorable? They're so cute, I want one! Look at him, he's got a little floaty. Adorable. Here I was expecting him to drown. But yes, the Waddle Dees are cute, aren't they? I like these little fellows in their little nightcaps, though. Ow. A favorite ability so far? What? I didn't mean to do that! I didn't mean to do that! Oh, well. Probably this wind one, actually. I quite enjoyed this one. Could have resolved the sleepy boy and gotten his ability. Could I? Oh! Very intense fight. Is it now? Could have fooled me. Ladies and gentlemen, the mad lad is here. That mad lad is here. Not referring to himself, but a specific mad lad who is been identified. Oh, okay, there he has identified himself. Never mind. Oh, yes, I have to destroy these people. Well, I've already got this ability, actually. I got it in that secret area. But yes, hello, Theo. How are you feeling? With your new picture? Brandy. You'll never escape that name, Andy. Unfortunately, I apologize. My enjoyment of alcohol has left you out of luck when it comes to your own nickname. Yes. How are you feeling, Theo? Shush, Theo. A super cool glitch with the hammer? Ow. I look good in a suit. Oh. I'm gonna trust your word, because I can't quite see that tiny little picture. I don't think my eyes are that good. What's this glitch you're speaking of? What's the super cool glitch? Tell me and I will decide. What does this glitch happen to do? Woo! Don't worry, I'll send it. Huh? Alright. Didn't mean to do that. Yes, I know how I attack with the hammer in the air. Can you do something like the basic power of flight? Can I gain the basic power of infinite flight? Like Thor? Yes, like Thor, I suppose. So now, yes. He's really holding us in anticipation with this thing. Ha! Honestly, I didn't know floating had an energy requirement. And press jump right after. Oh, I see. Okay. I don't know if I have the coordination for this. No. Okay. I don't think I have the coordination for that. I'll have to go do some research. And it might not be that easy. Speedrunners have these sort of techniques, but I don't know if I can do them. Have you ever heard of Ultraman? I have indeed. Ultraman's that fellow from Japan. The Ultraman beam thing, isn't he? He's Japanese. I recently saw something about Ultraman, actually. But why do you ask, Theo? I do know about Ultraman. Beyond him being a Sentai, emphasis on the S sound in that word. I can't say I know much about him. It was honestly easy for me. Okay, so I feel like I'm challenged by you saying that. Yeah. Oh well. Yes, why do you ask about Ultraman, Theo? Have ever watched? Ah. I couldn't honestly say. I don't know. There wasn't much, you see, because I lived in regional towns. When I was a younger man, I didn't really get to watch much sort of Japanese shows. The only thing that I think may have perhaps come across my way was a... No, I wouldn't have. I don't know if translation was that common back then. It's hard to say, because there were a lot of Japanese movies back from the 1950s, 60s, and 70s, but there's a full episode on YouTube, is there? Give me a moment. Just checking something. Big fan of Ultraman. I haven't really got into much of the Japanese sort of stuff because when I was younger, I wonder if it's because most of the stuff I've been exploring these days, and I've been exploring most of the contemporary Japanese things, you know, last, 30 years sort of thing. But I haven't really done much of the, I haven't really explored much of, what is it? The, sort of live-action shenanigans. Because my nieces and nephews were never really into that sort of thing. They did watch a bit of Power Rangers when they were younger, but only the Western versions of it. So I can't say I really attached myself much to those sort of genre. I'd be curious to see how it's like, though. Perhaps we should do a viewing party one day. All sit down and watch the video on stream. Watch some Ultraman. There was another path we could have gone on. Yes, I think I may have watched... Because you see, back in the day, of course, I've mentioned it before, but sort of TV channels got together because they weren't big. And I imagine in America it's the same. TV channels weren't big until the last 30 years sort of thing. They didn't kind of conglomerate into these big major channels. Was there no other path? Was that it? I could have sworn there was another path that I missed. Here I thought there was another path to the right here. But yeah, so channels had to kind of get together in like sort of unions. and groups to sort of, before they had their big channels, and eventually those unions and groups just became the major channels. You know, your channel 7s, your channel 9s, your channel 10s. USP, I don't know what any of the American ones are, but you know, those sort of things. So, sort of, foreign films rarely made their way over except if they were British, you see. United TV or something, sort of thing. So they'd get together, and I don't know why I just violently murdered that fish, but, you know, he deserved it. Probably needed to get him through that, didn't I? Oh no. What am I? Oh, what? Ha! He's like one of those wind cannons. What in... Who thinks of these things? Don't you remember a few years ago, those wind cannons were really popular, things that shoot the kind of vortexes? They're sort of a big oblong shape, and you kind of pull them back and go thump, and they shoot this kind of vortex of air. The fish doesn't have rules, apparently. But yes, back to the sort of United. And so, Asian and things, because back then they had to be translated. It was very painstaking to put subtitles into anything, because you had to add it to each frame of film. And that sort of thing, or paint it on. It was very difficult. We need to build a seawall. Is that so? It's a bit extreme. He suddenly jumped. Sorry, I've gotten distracted. I'm trying to see what the oldest Akira Kurosawa film was that was translated, because I can't say I probably saw any foreign films until... Don't like hearing something on dub. Yes, that was... It was very difficult to do the dub as well, and that's why they weren't all great. Look something else. I played Among Us with our Vtuber, but did you now? You'd think they'd be more specific about this, but apparently I don't think I've watched many foreign Asian films when I was younger, you see. Played like, held it like 3 times. Oh dear, I'm really distracted. Good evening, Mr. Winters. Good evening, Tiberian. Good to see you here. I was not too sure how many people could make it to a Saturday surprise stream. Really, I suppose it wasn't that much of a surprise. I did warn you all quite early in the day, but how are you feeling, Tiberian? We're sitting here talking about Akira Kurosawa and the fact that I never really got to watch many non-English films, you see, when I was younger. Being that most films were bought by companies. Which meant bought by sort of TV studios, and most of the movies I watched were on TV back in the day. We didn't have the money to go to the cinema back in the day. Well, it was more seen as a luxury for my parents, so we didn't watch movies very much when I was a young man, even though they were around. And I couldn't remember the first subtitled or dubbed film I watched of a foreign film. I couldn't remember what it was, and frankly, I don't want to remember one that's earlier and then make it seem like I didn't know. I don't want to say the wrong one, you know? What is Kirby swallowed now? just a giant neon O. Like from like a sign. So it had like a neon lit sign. Well, it wasn't even neon lit sign. You know, in the older days, they used to not necessarily use neon. They used like bulbs. Sort of like old wattage, like, you know, big watt bulbs. And they made something. Let me actually spit this out, see if I can... See? Sort of got the old watt bulbs. Old 12-volt bulbs. That's what they've used. Still think it's sitting around the 1970s, this game, when this world was destroyed, this post-apocalypse was incandescent. I don't know why my brain was not thinking it. I've had a lot of rum today. This time, at the beginning of the stream, I claimed that I think last time I wasn't drunk. I was just happy. I was with the atmosphere. This time, I'm tipsy, most certainly. Since 3 o'clock, I've been drinking some rum. Ah, that's what I was looking for. So yes, incandescent bulbs. I don't know why the word wasn't coming to me. I was trying to think of the wattage of the bulbs, and I couldn't remember if it was 12 watt or 24 watt or the old kind of big wattage bulbs. Oop. I drowned. So yes. Yes, you can't hide me! Hide them from me! Take that, crocodile! Yes, I don't know why the word suddenly escaped me. I've clearly missed one hidden Waddle Dee. Very creative, though. I do not know what the people were drinking to make this game, but they are very creative, I'll admit. I wouldn't have thought of using the letter O to make a sort of wind cannon. You ever owned one of those? I remember they were pretty popular back in the, back in, like, the late 2000s, early 2010s. That's Japan for you, indeed. You know, the sort of wind cannons that you used to pull back the kind of, like, spring and let it go, and it would shoot like a vortex, and people used to put smoke in them and make those smoke vortexes. They were like, ooh, amazing. Destroy the sign on the rooftop. Complete the sign on the rooftop. Oh, I see. Body horror game. Let's be honest, Kirby's always been a bit of body horror, if you count Vor as body horror, I suppose. He subsumes his enemies. Marketing, I guess. Marketing, I guess. Yes, marketing indeed. Concrete aisles. It's a lamp. Indeed. Just checking something. Maybe I did watch it at Kirby. Sent it to you. Thank you. I'll have a look at it. But yes, I think I could have been Akira Kurosawa maybe in the first foreign film, other than the French one. I've probably watched a few French foreign films on TV when I was a young man. Probably watched a few dubbed French foreign films and like. I have so many VTubers in my subs. I don't actually. You'll be surprised to find on my personal YouTube. I don't actually have all that much VTubers. I tend not to subscribe to them. I just watch the videos that come up. I only have one. Oh, thank you. Very kind. It's not you. That would be very funny. It's like, they're just like, but it's not you. Yes, thank you if it is me. Yo, same. Yes, it's actually a cute VTuber girl, old man. Take that. Ha! I should have said that. I'm pretty clever when I get in this sort of mood. Where's my ball gone? But yes. Good old VTubers. I don't watch many. I just tend to let their stuff come across my way and I sit down and watch it a bit. I really should actually watch more, you know? I'm trying to learn Japanese more actively now. Maybe I should sit down and watch some of the Japanese VTubers to keep... I passed 40 at one point, but I shaved them down to 4. Oh, thank you. I'm glad I became one of the top 10%. I just don't tend to subscribe to people very easily, and VTubers... I have a master YouTuber, a Tick VTuber, and a Kitsune VTuber. Oh. To me, I find... If they turn up, I watch them, but I don't tend to watch the, They want to make another 3D Kirby game? Oh dear. Because I don't tend to, watch live streams very much. At all. I don't watch live streams myself very much, which is probably a bad thing to admit as a live streamer myself. But, you know, I tend to like shorter form content. And so, I don't actually watch all that many VTubers. That's just because you're an old man. Maybe. Perhaps it is. Oh, clearly the both of you know exactly which one they're talking about. Interesting, I didn't realize there was only one very well-known Mafia VTuber. But it's interesting. VTubers, I just kind of let them grow for crop. And I should start using, considering I'm interested in learning how other VTubers work anyway, to see perhaps what I could do on my own channel, if I care to do so. Maybe I should watch more of a few of them. I don't know of her. I'm curious, I can look her up now. What is it? Capo Mio. Eh? Capo Mio. Small videos and the big ones I caught alive. Capo Mio. Oh, sorry. VTuber. Turns out Capo Mio is a song. Oh, I see. Capo Mio channel. Oh, she's a lot more reserved in her. What? Alright. Don't know what that was about. She's a lot more reserved in her styling than I was expecting. I was expecting, you know, more fabulous outfit. She also puts numbers on all of her channels. Her videos of, like, series, you know. Huh. I'm far too lazy to do that sort of thing. I'm too lazy to make a number that sort of looks like the right, expecting a flapper? No, well, you know, I know they do like wearing the male outfits. If you say Mafia VTuber, I assume you mean somebody who's dressed themselves up as a Mafia Don sort of thing. So she's sort of the right style, but I was honestly, that looks more Yakuza than Mafia to me. Seems more Japanese Mafia than, you know, Western Mafia. I was expecting more pinstripes. I was expecting more pinstripes and three-piece suits, you know? Maybe more scars. She's actually Italian, is she now? And where's a pinstripe, frankly? But yes. I wasn't expecting sort of a, what is her name? The one who's like... I wasn't quite expecting a, you know, Miss Fisher. I wasn't expecting a Miss Fisher, but... Oh, I see. That's the hat for this. You know, from the 1920s. But I was expecting more of a sort of pinstripe suit style, because when somebody thinks Mafia, they think of pinstripe suits and cigars and mustaches and the "you gone with me" on the sort of accent. You know, I used to know a fellow in a Mafia. Nope, I've been drowned. Because I used to live in a town that was incredibly Italian and they actually had their own Mafia, even though they were in Australia. Yes, a new ability to dig under the earth. English, Italian, and Spanish. Wow. Well, if she's Italian, I suppose it's no surprise that she knows Spanish. A lot of Europeans know a lot of languages. I knew a European fellow who knew conversational German, Italian, Spanish, English, Swedish, Dutch. It wasn't a language in Europe he couldn't speak. Secret. Top right, you said. Get sucked into the vortex to the left. Ooh, I see. Trust me, Eric, she's great. I'll trust you, because it's very unlikely that I'll actually get around to watching her, but I'll keep her in my mind. I'll get the channel up. I'm glad she's very good. Kirby's! No, I probably should get rid of the mouthful, shouldn't I? Or do I have to keep using the mouthful? Collaboration when? Oh, she's so much bigger than I. Oh, hello, Kirby. I didn't even realize Pen and I've said Kirby's. I stuffed this secret up, didn't I? Oh, I do need it, don't I? Damn. Didn't realize, but yes, collaboration man, not a dear. Probably screams very early in the morning for you. Sup, femboy panda? Is that so? Is he a female boy? I want to go back to sleep. Then go back to sleep, you bastard. Don't come here and complain. If you need your rest, you need your rest, old mate. Ah, nailed it. 4 shots of rum ain't gonna stop me from being good at platforming, apparently. Fear me and my rum-based powers. What is this, Frogger? Probably. You know, the Frogger game on PlayStation, on mobile, that came out a few years back, was actually made by a few Australians. Very amazing. I was amazed to learn that, you know? No, watch old man play Kirby's. Well, then you're suffering yourself. I hold no responsibility for your self-induced pain. Which game are we talking about? The Frogger game on mobile. Like on phones, on iOS sort of thing, on the iPhones and the like. Came out less than 10 years ago, probably. Around the era of your... Just after the era of Flappy Bird and the like. Can always watch the VOD. Meh VODs. Yes, I concur, Panda. I can barely watch my VODs, let alone anyone else's. I concur, old mate. I don't know how I'm digging up into this very small platform that's thinner than I am, but I watch every VOD I miss. Ooh, I want to live the thrill. What a thrill. Snake Eater. I don't remember the rest of that song. All I remember is what a thrill from that game. I'm gonna play that game, you know? The old Metal Gear Solid 3. Is it on computer, do you think? Of course. Clearly Kirby has a cherry picker license. He has done his appropriate training to learn how to drive a cherry picker. How would you even know there's a funny moment in the VOD, eh? Hey? Oh dear. I have had a bit much rum. Can we make it like fast so I don't have to? My favorite, scissor lift Kirby. Oh, you don't call them cherry pickers? Guess they are scissor lifts, but I call them cherry pickers. I wonder if that's a British thing. 2,000 subscribers, eh? Sorry, I'm just looking at the Mafia Familia. Italian video that streams in English. I speak Italian, English, and Spanish. Write your preferred language. Cap mio. And your virtual Mafia loli, Capomi. It's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Andy Knives and Panda Boy. Sounded so good. Yeah, I've only played a bit of it. I wasn't able to get into it. Maybe I will do it. Wow! This Cap Mio girl is... She's quite skilled. Look, she drew and rigged her own model. Isn't that nice? I've never been much of an artist. Forgot about it without playing it. I played the first 2 or so chapters. I could never really get into it. I played it at my nephew's place. Oh, by the way, for everyone other than Andy Bandy, I was almost at Brand again, the drink I have tonight is the Waldorf. I've had it before. It's rye whiskey, sweet vermouth, Angostura bitters with a dash of, you know, a misting of a absinthe. It's a very nice one that almost tastes like a Lafroy. It almost tastes like an Isle of Scotch. If you were Eric on a Capo stream, I'd have to talk to her. Now it's just spinning my SMK. Wow, she's got everything. She's got a marshmallow. What the hell is Vtuber? What is that? What the hell is Vtuber? Some sort of Vtuber site? Oh, it's some sort of vlog? Blog? Alright. Join a Discord issue. I've never heard of that. Never heard of it either. Confused. Oh dear. I'm not just going to sit here and read her thing, but yeah, she drew her stuff herself. I'm amazed. I feel bad about saying it. It's a place for indie VTubers to advertise their socials, I see. I have one. Twitter. I feel bad about making fun of the fact that she doesn't feel very mafia to me with the, you know, no pinstripe suits. Now she's drawn everything herself. I'm sorry. TikTok, of course. I've been thinking of making a TikTok account. Apparently it's very easy to get discovered on TikTok. Oh, she's got a fair few, a lot of likes. But that would require constant updating, and honestly, mate, I don't know I have the patience for that. With Discord and YouTube account too. I suppose. Never mind. You're right. Eric Winter's TikTok. Can't imagine that. I can't either. She has a Facebook and a Pixavid. What is Pixavid? I feel like this has suddenly turned into me looking at this last. Pixavid. I suppose it's where she... Wow. Goodness, her character is well endowed. Have a lot more well endowed than I was expecting. Like, good God. Her shirt's barely holding on. It's a picture upload site. I see. Like an art site, you mean? Her shirt's barely holding on the full picture. Goodness. Somebody give those buttons a medal. It's for art and stuff. I see. Sort of an art sharing site like that deviant art site. Buttons deserve a medal. 4. Can we look forward to Eric Winters doing sexual dances and popping music to TikTok? I don't know, Alex. Can we? I don't think my body currently has that sort of... My digitized body has that sort of ability. Though, you know, if I ever figured it out, you'd be the first to know, Alex. You'd be the first to know. I'll dance to that Anaconda song. Is that still a popular song? I love how you used roasting it. Am I? I'm just talking. I didn't realize I was roasting her. Glad she has a Facebook for old mates like me that only use Facebook. Send me your OnlyFans, Eric. Don't you worry if I ever decide that. I'll get around to it. You'll be the first to know. Buongiorno, capi mio. Yes, very good. I wonder why she made it. I wonder if Facebook is still that was about to do. We're all on the same page. Goodness, who would have thought? Seems this old maid hasn't lost his, sort of good-looking nature, I suppose. Oh, hello. Yeah, it's this old Cappy Mio fella. Oh, I'm not concentrating. It's interesting. Independent. Get the word and I'll bonk them all. Oh well, I'll take it as a compliment for now. I'll keep Eric pure, will you now? You will keep me pure, the 60-year-old man who's seen far more than you ever will. Got it. Well, there is a demand, there must be a supply. I see. I wouldn't realize there was that much of a demand. Yes, it's interesting. Supply. Oh, Panda. You love that joke, don't you? You do love that joke. I'm going to have a chat with Capo, did you? No, I think I got it. Did I not get it? Whoops, if I didn't get it, I thought I jumped up to it. Oh. Did I honestly forget it? I don't know. I don't know, I wasn't paying attention. I think I got it. It's fine. But yes. Well, don't chat too hard. Don't be too enthusiastic about your chatting, Lord Theo. You know, ask one sort of thing. It'll be fine. Ow! How dare you? What happens if you just swallow the seal's ball? Don't know. For some reason that feels very suggestive. Oh no, he's becoming a pipe. He's smoking the pipe. I'm multitasking. Alrighty then. There you go. Oh, I've missed a Waddle Dee anyway. Goodness, where are all these Waddle Dees gone, I swear? Kirby abuse. Oh, mate, we did it to himself. I didn't do it. Well, you did shatter the wall, so perhaps it's more wall abuse. Oh dear. Kirby, you suicidal little bastard. Yes, we haven't made much progress this stream. I've been talking a lot. Mm-hmm. Delicious. Make landfall on the treasure isle. Alright. Little traffico. Fair enough. Needs no description. Can't stop commuting multiple time. Hilarious. Funniest thing in existence. Kirby is giving enemies the pipe. Nico, break his legs. That sort of thing, right? Kirby's become part of the mafia, speaking of. He's a fan of this Capo Mio fella. I got a Kirby Bandy. Clearly a secret here. Yep. They're really bad at hiding their secrets. So, are we doing a world stream kind of thing? Well, that was the intention, I suppose. How many worlds are there? That's sort of what I was intending. You know, do a world stream. If it's too short, I'll sit and chat for a bit. I certainly can chat right now. I'm feeling very talkative. Too powerful. 6 worlds. 6 streams sounds a bit... Well, I think we'll end up doing 2 worlds if I play this Wednesday. So my 6-hour stream will definitely do a bit more than that. But these night streams, averaging about a world a stream would probably be good. Considering tomorrow I'm being a chef and cooking an awful lot of katsudon. Tomorrow. For all the family that has to come. Well, tomorrow's gonna be a hell of a day. My brain is turned off. Mine is too. Panda, I almost called you Lass. I almost said mine is too, Lass. Don't know why. I call you he most of the time, Panda, but for some reason I had the urge to call you a woman that time. Be not to judge why that's the case. Perhaps it's your profile picture seeing it in full. Ooh, Lass! Elections. Depth perception. Indeed. Indeed, frankly, Kirby has depth perception. He can see underground, because he has apparently an omniscient third-person perspective of his whole existence. No, I think I saw this particular level on a screen once. I might have seen this particular level when somebody was streaming it. Depth perception. That'll be an interesting evolution blueprint. Oh, is that so? I feel like I saw someone playing this because I saw a YouTuber I usually watch, and he mentioned his Twitch channel. I went and looked at it. And I looked at his YouTube channel, and he advertised his Twitter and said, "Oh, by the way, I'm playing on Twitch Kirby," and so I went and watched it. You just picked it up? Apparently. Was I meant to suck it up? Use Kirby's power to subsume the knowledge hidden on the scroll? I was supposed to spam. I just told one way. Clearly I didn't look at the, Don't know if I'm supposed to have this, but I'll take it. If they suggest I should have a power, it usually means I have to murder someone. Florina! You're a horrid little duck. Oh my goodness. I have perfect dodges like this is Devil May Cry or some such. Like this is some sort of fighting game or something. Can I lock on? Oh dear. That's fair enough. Good dog. Swan Lake indeed, or... It's like bloody Bayonetta! I'm the coolest man alive! Take that, Florida! You're full of fluoride in the water, that's why she turned into a mutant. The fluoride, I tell you. Fluoride in the water. Suppose they will want me to use that power, won't they? I already got this power, though, from the secret in one of the other levels that old mate told me about last stream. A fellow came through last stream and told me about one of the secrets that I could find in one of the earlier levels. And that I got the hammer and the wind power quite early. It's a shame there isn't any parts in the first levels that you can use those powers. Yep, the Howl Room. Indeed, the Howl Room! Nice fellow to tell me that, you know? On the backside after you've discovered them. Yes, I discovered that myself, actually. There's certainly some secrets around here, but I'm not going to focus on them, because I am a man of the good. I think you missed something I probably did. Missing something is my MO in this game, apparently. Am I supposed to sort of use the wind to fly off? It really doesn't look like I missed anything. Oh, there's a button. How did I miss the large and very... Oh, no. My wind powers. Let's see if I can get some more. Can I get them back? I can. Rip tornado, but don't worry, there's more tornadoes where that comes from. I make every room like a cyclone's gone through it. Jesus, tornado. Yes, it comes back from the dead. Wow, some dynamic music. Wasn't expecting that. Here I thought this game only knew how to play one song at one volume each level. Ooh, my little secret hole. Yes, yes, yes. I see. Woo, woo. Well, that was shockingly easy. Might actually get all the Waddle Dees this time. Perhaps. Look, another Waddle Dee. Look at me. Absolute master gamer. Sign me up for one of those teams, whatever the 30 Thieves or whatever they're called, or sort of, what is that, those fellows called? You know, Transient Clan, or something like that. Insubstantial Clan. Ooh, two at once. Where am I going? Oops. Apparently, FaZe Clan for Kirby, yes. That's it. Apparently, for some reason, I'm supposed to subsume the Arch. I am now the Arch. Fear me, and I would be far too heavy for this to work effectively. Hey, they didn't tell me I had to become an Arch. I had to become a basic glider. Ooh. I thought I was just supposed to fly off into the sunset. As an actual natural disaster, little tornado Kirby, the natural disaster. Oops. I guarantee you one of them is to get all of the coins, isn't it? B bomber. Bomber Kirby, indeed. The Germans should fear me, for the greatest enemy of their kind has come. The B-17 bomber, Kirby style. Damn it, Kirby. Or maybe one of them was the whole thing without getting hit. Either would be a reasonable choice. Here you glitch this arch when you want to retry this section. I see. I didn't know that. Well, of course I didn't know that. Clearly I have to go this way. Oh, I actually got the Waddle Dee. Oh, I got all four of them! Look at me! You'll have to arch your back to see how high I am on the leaderboards of this video game. What a completionist you are, I know, right? Yay! Oh, well. Stuff you. Oh, this is a nice little place to sit. Would have been a good cafe. But I won't complete. I won't do it again. I'm just gonna finish the level. Boom! What did I miss? Oh. Alright. An interesting thing. I wasn't expecting that. Weird that it specified ice ability. But it gave you the discus. Hey! To you too, mate. Fast flowing waterworks. That doesn't look like a waterworks, it looks like a runway to me, but... C'est la vie. Let's go check back at the village and see what appeared. Shall we? We picked up a blueprint, didn't we? Goodbye, little waddle dees. Why does it not have a thing for the video? For like the village? Alright, I have to go all the way back to the village on my own. Oh, it's just a B button. Never mind. I saw this. I saw it. I saw the bloody instructions in the bottom left corner of the screen. Don't worry, I got it. I'm way ahead of you, mate. What is this? The postal service? What does that even mean? Oh, they built me a house. I should become a real estate agent. Have you discovered what disaster befell this world yet? No! But when Kirby entered it, he gained the ability to subsume inanimate objects instead of just animate objects. So now he's not only eating the living, he's eating the dead. So, I assume it must be horribly irradiated for a force of nature to be affected by it. So, I'm assuming nuclear warfare. It's been a few hundred years since it happened. Let me skip it! Free me. Wholesome comment. Indeed. It was only the nuclear war that wiped out humanity and turned humanity into the little waddle-dee fellows, I assume. There is nothing more wholesome than the whole destruction of the human race. In the sort of thing that it's wholly destroyed. It's very wholesome. And everyone who survived probably were riddled with digital holes. What in the bloody hell is that? That looks way uglier than the original hat. Oh my god. That's hard. What is this? Ah! Mr. Sandbag, eh? Good to know. Take that, Mr. Sandbag. Excuse me. Now let's go check out this cafe, shall we? Cafe. Skisaten. What's this thing about? Gotcha machine. I see. Let's turn this crack. Cafe. Stuff off. Gambling is for the weak. This is a Shenmue. I've heard that game has got an interesting history. Perhaps I should play Shenmue on stream at some point. Let's mess up this Waddle Dee. Why are you so happy about the fact I... Let me down the chimney! I'm Santa Claus. I immediately leave without giving you any presents, because you only deserve the flaming coals in your fireplace. What is this book about? Oh, it's music. Where's Kirby's Dreamland? The absolute bastards. They don't even have the one game I actually played. They don't even have Kirby's Dreamland. The only game I play. Huh? Why does he need a pen so big? Would he even need a pillow? The absolute travesty, though, man. And over Kirby and the Crystal Shards. Oh. Not the only one who's missed out, eh? Travesty, I tell you. The only Kirby game I've played. Kirby's Dreamland. It's not even on the list. The old game. I'll take whatever the first thing is. I'm really wondering what X would do, what Nintendo claims as X would do. Oh dear. I'm certainly straddling the line between, you know, tipsy and actually drunk. Silly me. Shouldn't have been tried to get rid of all that rum I really hated so quickly. Making me want to eat something. Ooh, excuse me. Aye, aye, aye. I only played the Super Nintendo Kirby. I think I played the Kirby from, what, 92? I think? One of my youngest nephews was 6 at the time. Go fast and how about, oh, I see. Because my nephew was, I think, about 6 or 7 at the time, and it was one of his first ever video games. I was surprised my sister bought it for him, you know? Kirby's Dream Land. She didn't really like video games all that much in concept, but, it's interesting that a 6-year-old would get it. But I suppose it was to distract her. And actually at that point, those two would have been born too. They would have been much younger, so I suppose it was to distract the oldest. Sounds like it. I think that my sister may have bought it to distract her oldest child at the time, because she had 2 other kids at the time. In 92? No, she would have had 4 other kids. Or at least had 4 the year it came out. So I think she was just getting a bit tired of dealing and kind of distract the kids, so I think she got a Game Boy in the end just to distract one of them. But only ever got one Game Boy, so they had to share it, and it was quite a, it was a pre-owned Game Boy. The old thing was. How far away? Not that game, I was playing it earlier this weekend. I have no game I'm referring to. Kirby Superstar? How much things from far away I get? Well, if you're talking about far away in the game, yes, that is the nature of trying to save on resources. Once. I had a kid once. Oh dear. Panda Knives abducted a kid, because I'm almost certain Panda Knives is... Well, you mentioned the age you were born, I think it was 97. At one point. You could have a kid at that point, I suppose. But your personality... No offense to you, old panda, but... For some reason I find it very difficult to imagine somebody who would, be willing to have not only date you, but have children with you. That's the more distracting part of this. Oh dear, I'm fairly rude, aren't I? Please... Never drink, let me drink. Become very rude. Swim! Whee! Well, I kind of rethought my sentence halfway through it, but still went through with it, so really, yes. I apologize for that one, Panda. I'm sure you'll find one day someone willing to have baby pandas with you, for the sake of the society. Too obnoxious to love. Oh dear. I didn't mean it that harshly, goodness. How you put it like that, I feel terrible. I sit down tomorrow when I'm less, less tipsy and less drunk, and less cheery in alcohol. I'll be sitting there thinking about for weeks if you say it like that. I'll be sitting there late at night like, oh, I should apologize. Just hate on Panda Knives Day? Perhaps. Perhaps indeed. If only they were girls. Oh dear. That's a bit tragic. I know Kirby's got a coffee. This force of nature doesn't need any more energy. Just feels like there would be a secret somewhere in here. Oh, there was that, actually. A real shame they're not female, eh? But hey, you're popular amongst the men. And if we ever find the ability to kind of create non-genetically imbibed eggs and then put 2 sperm together in a single made-up egg, you could have children with your male admirers. So don't worry. Young enough to see the future, perhaps? The heck are sugar pancakes? What, crepes with sugar on them, perhaps? Or just particularly sugary better? I'm popular against nobody. That's a shame. You'll find them one day. Just don't... Well, actually, you know, sometimes it can be your own fault, but I don't know enough about you to be able to make that judgment. I certainly could go for a pancake right now, frankly. Just pancakes with sugar. Makes sense. Recently, I had sugar pancakes. Actually, in a way, I had crepes with sugar on top. Sugar and lemon. Would you believe? Wasn't too bad. I can get pregnant, an embryo will attach to any tissue with enough blood supply. Current world record is like an hour and 40 minutes. An hour and 40 minutes? That's quite a long world record. The current world record for Elden Ring is like 30 seconds. Or 20 minutes or something like that. But I wonder where on a male's body there would be enough perfusion to support a child, though. And create a proper placenta attachment. Placenta is very important to it all, you know. It can't just be any tissue. Placenta... Not 20 seconds. 20 minutes. But it feels like 20 seconds, frankly. Are you saying that someone can have a butt baby? Oh god. You know, I don't know the science behind that. But there have been people who have appeared female, but actually have been male, and... you never know, maybe there's only male and female. I don't want to be part of the conversation anymore. Well, it's very interesting. Genetic abnormalities are quite fun. Seeing what has happened, and can be possible. Just with one or few genes messing up. It's like that poor lass who was raised as a woman and all that, and then turned out she had male hormones. But she looked like a woman. The casual for the first man to get pregnant and have a baby. You claim, there's your claim to money and fame, Panda. There you go, Panda. I will do no such thing, old mate. I don't need to memorize a bloody thing, mate. I'll use this gear and go on my way. Should I give me that? Can I go through all of it? Is it an interesting topic? Oh. It is interesting. But yes, you could claim to your money and fame, Panda. You too could become a father. A single dad. Or a double dad, actually. But not be a gay... Well, actually, you'd have to be a gay couple, I suppose. The first naturally born gay couple. A naturally born child with gay couple parents. That would be quite clever. I just got lucky as hell. Did I now? Give me my down ability back. I just need that money. Don't get too desperate, mate. Don't want you doing some terrible genetic experiments on yourself. Whatever will we do without your absolutely, you know, ridiculous statements? Space is so ridiculous we don't go rhubarb, sort of thing. I need to. Do you now? There you go. am I supposed to do this? No, Kirby can't swim when he's trying to control a giant staircase or scaffolding. They want me to use the ice, don't they? I should be able to freeze the water, probably. A few years ago. Only a few years ago. Interesting. That would have been earlier to carry that sort of thing to term. Neat. Why can't I jump in the stairs for? Epic jump approach is very difficult. Yes, I imagine so, considering they are usually impinging upon. Oh, silly me. I see what you mean by you should just use it normally. Lesson learned. I was under the impression that was some sort of clever puzzle. But yes, most ectopic pregnancies tend to impinge upon things like the intestines, or the lungs, or the diaphragm, or some things like that. And that means they become violently deadly, or the baby doesn't survive at all and the mother ends up getting incredibly... Well, you know, there was that story of a lady who came out of Africa who had an ectopic pregnancy decades ago. Decades and decades ago, and the ectopic pregnancy died early in term, and the body sort of does what it does with foreign bodies and sort of calcified it. And so years and years later, this ectopic pregnancy made its way, impinged upon some vital organs and became painful enough that they had to check it out. Turns out there was a whole baby essentially mummified within this woman's body. Yeah. Fun. That was mummified within a woman's body. I'm back to being normal. It just had the battery. I hadn't been charging the battery, so it was like 20% remaining. So yes, it was a mummified baby within a woman's body. Very interesting. Funny how science can do those sort of things. Body is interesting when the things it can do. So I can imagine ectopic is not easy, and they are something we have to consider. When I was a paramedic, it was something part of the sort of, if you ever come across a person who has a woman who has abdominal pain, sort of idea is to go, well, have you, man's answer's weird. No, the human body is strange. Join and I am mummified baby. Yes, I can see how that would be surprising to any unrelated party. Good to know that you came here at the perfect time, Agent Chicken. I was just talking about... We're talking about the difficulties of ectopic pregnancies, and it was only very recently that an ectopic pregnancy was actually viable. And I mentioned a time a woman in Africa had been discovered, sometime in the last 15 or 20 years, to have actually had an ectopic pregnancy that she didn't notice she had. The baby was calcified by the body, surrounded by a layer of calcium, but it was small enough at the time that it didn't really become a problem. Years later, that calcification actually started impinging and became painful and started hurting their stomach. And therefore, they had to check it out. And apparently, these hardened doctors and nurses became very ill at the sight of finding a mummified baby within a living human woman's body. It's amazing the things a body will do. Also, pregnancy is that one time at Christmas Day where we made way too much pavlova. Had a bit of a food baby, did you? Well, that baby would have been as sweet as sugar. That was cute. Goodness. I've had a few times where I've felt like I've been pregnant because I've stuffed myself full. Goodness. But yes, we've all been at that time. Of course you call them D's panda knives. Why wouldn't you? That would allow you to also follow that with your favorite, you know, nut-based phrase. Nuts. D's nuts. But D is an enemy, isn't he? King DDD? So D's nuts would be something else entirely, panda knives. Something far less glamorous or cute, I'd imagine. Well, certainly hope his nuts aren't what you describe as cute. I don't know how they would be. Put googly eyes on them? You're really coming in at a strange time, Agent Chicken. I swear I'm not normally like this. I've just had since 3 p.m. this afternoon, I've had a few glasses of rum, and I'm currently drinking a 2-shot whiskey cocktail. Called the Waldorf, so I'm appropriately cheery. King DD's nuts. Ow. You really come at a strange time. But it's good to see you, Dame. Hope you're doing well. Chicken? Hope you're doing better now that you know that a woman in Africa once didn't give birth for so long that the baby mummified itself within her body. I hope your life was improved by the learning of that fact. I think you chased him away. Oh, that's a shame. It's an interesting topic, though. I find it fascinating. My sister once got her arm caught in a door. Speaking of calcification, she got her, the muscle on her arm, sort of like her bicep, twinged. I've seen a lot of weird things. I'm sure you have. If you're a young person on the internet, there's no end to the strange thing you've seen. But speaking of calcification, it's strange what the body decides to calcify. No, he's here. But yes, she got caught badly in a door once. And the injury, the blood and the sort of bruising, calcified in the end. You could actually go up into her arm even to today. Squeeze it and feel a solid lump of bone in her arm. Just in her bicep. It makes her weaker in that arm, but it's interesting that the body decided to... it's too difficult to fix. I'm just gonna calcify the whole thing. Strange choice, certainly. Wouldn't have been my first choice, but, you know. Yeesh. Yes. As siblings, we were quite difficult with one another sometimes. I think that was caused by one of the sisters, my other sisters running away and getting really upset, and she trying to push into the door, sort of elbow first, like elbow and shoulder first into the door, and the other sibling essentially slammed it closed, and it kind of pinched the whole bicep. It's very interesting. She's slightly weaker in that arm. You never know, maybe that's why she has a terrible kidney. You see, one of her kidneys died, that same sister. We didn't know why. Just died. So one of her kidneys is the sign of a... We don't know if it happened later in life or she just had it since she was born. I think she had it since she was born. Her kidney. I gotta yell for help. It sounds like wah, wah, wah. Sounds like a baby they've sped up and pitched slightly. It's very interesting. One of her kidneys is, like the size of a peanut or a cashew. It's tiny. I remember the time I had a Charlie horse on my leg, and you could see the muscle throbbing. It's a mysterious thing. It really is. It's amazing what we can do. The kind of sort of strength, the muscle that we can have, but the mother side isn't the weirdest thing, I guess. Well, it is quite unusual, considering we've only ever had one. The thing is, ectopic pregnancies tend to be far more deadly than that, which is why it was so surprising, which is why it was Africa likely who found it. Because in the West, an ectopic pregnancy, probably when she had originally the ectopic, it did cause her a great bit of discomfort, but she was in Africa with not much access to healthcare, so she ignored it. And profile picture, it is very, very intense looking. Very intense Asian chicken. But yes, human body can do some strange things, I swear. I swear. Amazing what the human body can do. Are we gonna be able to do the boss before I inevitably get far too inebriated to scream? There's a young officer and so a guy was hit by a truck and his arms were ripped off and stuck in the grill because he put them up defensively. When I was younger, with this old truck we used to have, this old, like, sort of, you know, truck thing that used to be owned by the church. When I was a young man, we ran into a bloody cockatoo. The thing was bloody massive. When I was a child, it was like half the size, or 3/4 of the size of me. It's absolutely bloody massive, and that one survived. It got stuck in the grill of a car when we were travelling down the highway. We stopped and pulled it out, and it was living. Got up, flew away. Been aging chicken for years, combination of my two favorite things. Agents and chickens. Fair enough. I'm not cooking chicken tomorrow, I'm cooking beef, but it could be a chicken meal if I so desired. Katsudon for Mother's Day. I'm cooking my mother a bit of katsudon. She can't eat as much these days, but they're quite fit for elderly folk, my parents. I fear they're going to outlive me, frankly. They're the oldest people in the world, you can't stop them. Only now is my father getting knee issues, even though he worked in hard labour for years and destroyed his back and knees, but somehow he only has got knee problems now. And that was completely unrelated to what we were talking about, but it's amazing. I sometimes look at my parents, you see, they're ancient. Practically they're made with the stuff of stars back in the day. And yet they're still kicking. And I feel like my back is far more terror. There's something stupid. Yes. Awful terrifying, isn't it? Granted. Considering the health problem my dear old parents have had recently, I think they're reaching the end of their tether at the time. It's a real shame. They're getting up there. They're a couple of decades older than I am. I don't buy cards for Mother's Day. I just make a nice meal. Eric's evil twin. Kirby Summer. You could just use Erica Summer, frankly. Very good. I like that tune. But yes, no, I don't buy cards usually for Mother's Day. I usually celebrate it with my presents. My presents is the best present. Me walking in and saying, "Present, your favorite son is here." That's I'll use a nail one to make it hard for me. That's what I usually do for Mother's Day. I visit, we have a chat, we play board games. I leave the flowers and the gifts to my siblings. And I ask her if she wants anything in particular, but usually she's fine with flowers and chocolates. Yes, there will be a scream schedule. I always say scream schedule. Because I keep making jokes about, oh, I'm screaming tonight. And now I keep saying it when I say it on Scream. Oh, God. Anyway, she bought plants. Well, my mother likes... What is it? Camellias? I'm gonna call it that. I forgot it's sea flower. Not coriander, that's a... to scream. Ah! Camellias. No, it's not camellia. God! What is it called? Let me look at a list of red flowers. I can't believe I've forgotten this. The legend. Ah, the true legend. Give me a moment as I find the flower my mother likes. Carnation! Carnation. It was a sea flower. Carnations. She loves carnations, not poppies. Poppies in Australia means something very different. You would probably never use them. Even if she did like them, you would never use them on a sort of day of celebration. Poppies have too much association with Flanders Field and therefore the Anzac and remembrance ceremonies in Australia. Poppies are... well, you'll see if you keep an eye on my stuff. I was totally standing there, yes. You'll see them on my on the 11th of November and the 25th of April. I'll change my profile pictures on all accounts to have a poppy over my heart. I love poppies, yes. They do have a heavy association with remembrance and war, though. I love to see Kirby torture. Okay. Who would have thought they'd bring out a living tree that looks like... oh my god, this is like the cool tree. This is not the green like the ghostly woods. This is the cool tree. Because in Kirby 1, not us. This reminds me of the first Kirby game. They're really bringing the blast from the past. Because the first ability to us was like just a gorilla. I wasn't expecting that. Yes, I see. See, poppies don't have the same association as they do over here, so... but yeah, she likes carnations. Dianthus carophilus. This strategy works quite well. The dodge, the dodge ability to activate, block ability. Fear my mighty power. This boss really blows. Haha, very clever. Very good, very good. I like that one, Agent Chicken. I do like that they've essentially made this like that original boss from the original game, but they've given him a goatee, like he's the cool one who drinks Mai Tais and hangs out with supermodels on beaches in the Caribbean. God, I wish that were me. But getting someone to blow on your hair so violently your hair gets ripped off. Very good. Dad jokes and I'm not even a dad, I hope. Well, have you been abstinent, my friend? Abstinence is always the best contraceptive. Otherwise, as long as you've practiced the safe way of sleeping with another. Wish the people in the 70s could have known that particular lesson. I know plenty of people in the 70s who were stuck with children and hate them to this day. Because they were practicing free love without practicing free responsibility. Love is free, as it has always been, but so is responsibility. And both of those unfortunately come with each other. I've been a good boy, told right by a giraffe in a truck as a kid. Healthy Harold, eh? You've been taught by Healthy Harold. I wouldn't have expected to hear about that. Of all things, bloody Healthy Harold. Oh my goodness. Does anyone else know about Healthy Harold? It was an Australian thing, certainly, but was he in other countries, old Healthy Harold? Oh goodness. I once helped a fellow who ran the Healthy Harold truck. And I also knew another fellow in another town I was in who's the Healthy Harold fellow was arrested for child pornography. Oh, Healthy Harold. Healthy Harold indeed. The strangest and most depressed people became the fellow who controlled the Healthy Harold doll. Tragic, really. I wonder if he's anywhere else. If you're mentioning Healthy Harold, does that mean you're Australian? My nephew once cried because he couldn't buy Healthy Harold merch. Because he got in detention and he couldn't go to the truck and buy it with his savings. There's a fun story about it. Yes, 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 yes. Oh, it's good to have another Australian Agent Chicken. I may sound British, but I assure you, it's just because when I was a young man, they still taught received pronunciation. My accent comes from that, and all the British TV shows that my local TV stations bought. But no, Healthy Harold. The old fella. He was interesting. See, I never actually had Healthy Harold. It wasn't around when I was a kid, of course. But I had a lot of nieces and nephews, and Healthy Harold was quite a bit of a mainstay in their life. Not as much as a thing. I occasionally see the truck around still. So it must still be a thing. But yes, wow, they were quite intense from what I heard about their teaching about drugs and alcohol. It was ridiculous. But I'm glad he taught you well, the old giraffe. In that dark truck with no other attending adults except for one who controls the puppet of a giraffe. Honestly, there's nothing for teaching you right and wrongs. Stay healthy and eat healthy. Staying away from drugs, yes. Smoking. When one of my youngest nephews was in, smoking was the big thing back then. Smoking was the big thing. We're trying to stop kids from smoking. Ridiculous, though. You really should look it up, Healthy Harold. It's... I can't believe it. It's one adult, a giraffe puppet, and a handful of kids. McGruff the crime dog, essentially, yes. But this thing had a whole truck. It was quite an elaborate process. I helped out with some of those trucks occasionally. I wasn't ever Healthy Harold, but I helped control the kids occasionally for more difficult schools. Sometimes you needed an extra adult in the room. And I was part of the local community, and I'd known a lot of these kids. So I was there to help. When I was a young adult, when I was still close to the church. Yes, I'm Australian born and raised. Wonderful. It's nice. Since Cardbox, we haven't had another Australian. Very nice to have another one. I'm glad. Thanks for coming. Oh, it's nice to have somebody in my own time zone. You might not even be in my own time zone. Because you might be Australian Daylight Saving Times. Granted, they're the same right now. Or you might be Australian Western Standard Time. Or Central Standard Time. But it's nice. I'm more depressed than any at the moment. I need to stay awake because now I need to feed the dogs and take them out. Goodness. I'm wondering in Sydney. Oh, a Sydneyite, are we? I'm a Queenslander. Go the Breads, I suppose. I was born in New South Wales, though. But I've lived a lot of my life in Queensland. Though I have moved occasionally down to Nowra in the Shoalhaven region for quite a few years back. I came back to Queensland to be near the family. And yes. It's nice to have another Australian. Who's this fellow? I didn't read that. Who are you? Uh-huh. No. Silence. But yes. I'm not gonna work for your store. Yes, it's very interesting. Oh. Yes, it's about this time in Queensland as well. It's about 9/19 as well in Queensland. I was in Sydney recently, actually. It's really cool information you've collected online. I'll get to it. Next time. I was recently down in Sydney, going to my niece's 30th. It was very good. It's very fun. And also visiting my other niece in her apartment as she becomes a doctor. One dairy remains. Wow, that... For a post-apocalyptic theme park, it's in awfully good condition. I'm not going to go into one area. Stuff you. One world of Scream. So we're going to go back and do stuff we missed. These wonder treasures, probably. Drill treasure. Volcano fire treasure. Still remember all the Australian shows like Skippy the Bush Kangaroo. Cheers. Yeah, TV and Around the Twist. Have you ever felt like this? When strange things happen when you're going around the twist. 6 p.m. or 7 p.m. Fridays, if I remember correctly. Around the Twist used to play around on Fridays a lot of the time. See, back in the day when I used to live near my sister, and she had her 7 kids herself. Chapter, yes. Have you ever felt like this? When strange things happen when you're going round the twist. The only show that I think I've ever heard of that has had a 15 or 12-year-old boy win a swimming race because he got a fish in his penis. Ha ha! He was able to make a propeller out of the... He was able to become one with the fish penis. And use it as a propeller. And win swimming races. Good old Aussie TV. Truly, they must have been drinking the same stuff as these Kirby developers have. Oh, the good old fish penis. I'm sure that's given some children nightmares or irrational anxieties about fish going up their wieners. Hells bells. What a show. It's absolute rhubarb, though. Ridiculous. But it is good. I remember there was that mermaid show that I always used to show. I'm sorry, what? You never heard of that one, Uber? Oh, all round the twist, you're missing out. The old fish penis and round the twist. Fellow, was it he breathes in a fish or inhales a fish? I'm not too sure what... I can't remember how he managed to get a fish into his penis, but I know that he used it as a propeller to win swimming races. That's all I know. I have no idea who was writing that show, but it was ridiculous. But yes, hello, Over. How you doing? Cozy gave me nightmares. It was called Brum. Honestly, not surprised. Oh, goodness. Australian. Brum. TV shows were ridiculous. That was that, British one, right? With the sort of googly eyes on all the cars. Strange things happen when you go around the twist. You're right. Oh, yes, I'm right. Yes, no, I know the one you're talking about. Fasting anywhere I believe. Oh, well, hope you have a good night, Panda. You have a good rest once you can. Full episode, too. That fish episode. Oh, I'll have to put that on the list to watch. We'll have to watch that together, everyone. We'll have to watch together, won't we? We'll sit there and watch the fish episode of Round the Twist. Full episode on YouTube. Oh, that's ridiculous. I've really got to remember how he did that. But Round the Twist, as a show, was very famous in Australia. And everyone knows the, Round the Twist, Season 3, Episode 3, The Whirling Durfish. The show itself was about a family who ran a lighthouse. Or stayed in a lighthouse. I can't remember if they actually ever did any lighthousing, but they lived in a lighthouse, and Round the Twist was the lighthouse itself. And this lighthouse was like the central location for hauntings and mysterious happenings and strange things. It was like a show that let nothing be anything. I remember there was a scene I remember from it where there was the most mundane things, like a boy pretending to read poetry. Learning poetry because he thinks the girl he likes is reading poetry, but then it turns out the girl is just using poetry books to hide the kind of fashion magazine she liked to read. But then it also went all the way to ridiculous things like the lighthouse being haunted, and World War II ghosts, and native spirits, and well, a boy getting a fish in his penis and using it to win a swimming race. It was ridiculous. No holds barred. There was nothing that was off the table in that show. Also, do you remember Agent Chicken? This may not have been in your time, but there was a show about a mermaid that used to air on Friday night too. Because once Round the Twist stopped playing as often on Friday nights. When I used to visit my sister and their children, they used to still do like the Friday night... They call it Friday Night Fair in our family. And in fact, it came from something we used to do when I was young. We'd sit down and watch TV, or we'd sit down and read a book, or play board games on Friday night. Because it was usually a time everyone was free, it was the end of the school week. And we used to call it Friday Night Fair. H2O, just add water. I could never remember the name of the show. It might have been H2O. No, it was more mysterious. This is that kind of like, oh, we're just having fun, but is this the one on the island? Because I feel like it was a weird show. Honestly, I can't remember it. No, it wasn't about a, It was weird, it was a strange show. I think it was about aliens in the end. The mermaids were aliens or something like that. Blue Girl, Ocean Girl, perhaps? Ocean Girl. Girl, Australian TV series. That might sound like it. Ocean Girl. Underwater research crew presents a mysterious Ocean Girl. It was 94 to 97. That show was on TV, I think. And I watched that. I think that was it, Ocean Girl. Because it was like on an island. I'm gonna watch the, does it have the intro? So it's not before that, it wasn't before that. My, first nephew was born 86, so it was when a few of them were old enough. That would have been in charters, I think. I'm gonna sit here and listen to Ocean Girl. Is this it? It might be! Might be. It's neither here nor there. It might be Ocean Girl. I'll have to ask. It's just... The kind of character is not striking an eye for it, but well, c'est la vie. Ocean Girl anime? Yeah. But yes, that was a part of the Friday Fair. And funny thing at Friday Day Fair is they used to buy those cheap chicken nuggets from the freezer section. I don't think it was McCain's back then. They used to heat them up in the oven. And when I was younger, we used to, we used to be the day of junk food and cool stuff. If we ever got something from a nearby like local restaurant and the like, or a fish and chip place, we'd get it then. Or we'd cook fish and chips ourselves, and it would be like, ooh, nice fish and chips. We'd pull out the old deep fryer. Made a version made in the 2000s, was there now? It's just Ocean Girl is not... Ocean Girl seems familiar, but I don't know if it was actually that. Let's see. Can't remember it. It's escaping me now. I do remember Goosebumps in that show. Are You Afraid of the Dark that used to run and scare me. Oh, it's a pretty popular one. My nieces and nephews didn't watch much horror stuff when they were younger. They just started watching it when they were in their teenage years. They scared a few of their youngest brothers and sisters, though. Pure nightmares, was it? You know what? We'll just jump over to the other screen, considering we're sitting here talking anyway. We'll just jump over to the other side. It's only been 2 hours, but... well, we're sitting here and chat, eh? Oh, that picture's tiny for some reason. Yes. Just say CO2 just out of order. Also, I didn't see your message there, Tiberian, about a teenage boy morphed into a car and touched something hard. It's really creepy. That does sound like a strange show. Want to see the glitch I sent? I'll have a look at it. Let me jump to the screen where I can see it. don't think I'll go through the well. I'll just see it myself. But yes, what a sort of strange old TV shows when you look back on them, everyone, that you think, good God, was that a TV show that people really looked at when they were younger? Because I'm Afraid of You Dark. I've heard of that one. It's pretty famous, isn't it? Pretty famous. I've never watched it personally, I don't think. I don't think I've ever watched it personally. And it was an alien! Ah! There it is! It was Ocean Girl! There you go, I was right! It was Ocean Girl. She was the alien. Good to know. My memory does not fail me. Must have been Asian Girl. I think there was a pyramid involved at some point. Oh, you're gone. You're out of there. Goodness, you shot yourself out of the park there, Andy. Bloody sent yourself out of the park. Ruski, I miss some of the older stuff. It was so good. It's offensive and not PC by today's standards. I'm neither here nor there in the conversation about PC, but I can see how the things you may have liked, or the risks are less risk taken. I personally think around the twist fish and the Discord. Oh, you already jumped into the Discord. Round the twist. Have you ever felt like this? Like strange things happen when you go round the twist. I feel ya. Welcome, Agent Chicken. Welcome to the fan Discord made by Andy. Thank Andy for that. There it is. Let's, YouTube. I'm gonna find the... Oh, it's such a show, wasn't it? We could watch the whole episode, probably. It's 30 minutes long. Sorry, I'm just remembering how ridiculous this show was. Let's find a scene where he does the swimming, eh? Okay, let's get this up. Let's jump to the other screen. Oop, I'm not even on this screen. Why am I not on this screen? Where is my god? Oh, I know why. For some reason it glitches out when I do the porcelain throne thing, and this one doesn't bring me back afterwards. There we go. Let's full screen the wonderful world of that one. Let's see this wonderful scene from a TV show that was truly a Australian stone cold classic. If you want to find an Australian who was born, you know, 85 to probably late 90s, this is the show you want to start singing the theme tune of. And this is the scene everyone talks about. It's gonna go late in the tide. Sure. You have a good night. Thank you for coming, Dandy. You'll miss the hilarity that is this, but let's start playing, eh? This is a classic. There he goes! Not only does it allow him to swim fast, he can gain the basic power of flight. I've skipped through the episode as he was exploring his superpowers. Where in the bathroom he discovered if he put water onto his penis, it would make him fly. There he goes. Look at him, what a hero. Truly the hero we all deserve. Flying penis boy. Oh, sorry, I pressed the wrong button. Sorry. I ruined that. There you go. I think there was an evil family in this thing that were trying to buy the lighthouse the whole time. I'm not too sure if they're involved in this episode. There he goes! Watch out! I like... How's it feel, loser? Oh, this episode. Oh, God. It's so... Is that fish going to eat the other fish? No one can stop me now. Apparently, this fish can. Oh, look at that 90s sort of... Oh, there he goes. He did eat the fish. I was right. And off they go into the sunset. Beautiful. Truly. Makes your heart soar. He's like, damn it! Oh god, what is this CGI? Well, it is CGI from that era, I suppose. Because remember, this started in the 90s. I think it started in the 1990. So third season could be sitting around 93 to 95. So it really isn't that high in advance. All the rounds are... Oh my goodness. I know. I should really ruin my liver. I should sit down with my niece and my nephew-in-law. We should do a round the twist drinking game. I don't know what the rules will be, but we should do it. Sounds like a great idea, but we'll stop that there. But, where's the intro theme? Let's do the intro theme, eh? It had a cold open, too, as a lot of them had... There we are. Here we go. It always showed the next episode coming. Ready for this nostalgia? Hey, mate? Oh. Yes, audio. I should probably tell you the audio. There we are. We're going round the twist. Because it starts with this whole thing. Never seen this show? Of course you haven't. It's an Australian show that no one ever sees. It always starts with a sort of like show of some of the scenes that are coming. And then it starts the actual thing. I don't know the whole... You ever felt like this? When strange things happen. When you're going round the twist. It really had everything in this show. Thank you for telling me about the audio, though. I have no idea. What is this? This is Round the Twist. An Australian Stone Cold classic. Old Agent Chicken brought it up. There's a caveman. And so that's the show. It's the beginning of the show. And we're currently watching the episode, Mech, where a boy eats a fish and it gets into his penis and he's able to use it as a propeller to fly himself into the sky. Using the power of his penis. So let's jump in it. Why are they singing a straight American accent? I don't know. There he goes. There's old penis boy saving the day. Some of those actors look familiar. No idea if they are, but this is an Australian-produced TV show. Mentions a father and his two children live in an old lighthouse. There he goes. Look at him. What a hero. What a hero. Jugger earlier in the episode.
The kids tap into my to make the most of it when you can.
Hey, yeah, that's a classic Australia.
Something weird's happened to my.
What is it, Ron?
It's a private matter. I mean, it's private. Oh, I'll leave you to it then.
There you go. It's a private matter. Are we gonna have the birds and the bees talk?
Well, I knew we'd have to have this talk.
I forgot about
Didn't
this.
expect it to be so soon.
Ah!
See, there comes a time in a boy's life when his body starts going through.
Uh-oh. Where did I go? Where did I go? Oh dear. Did something happen to me? Oh dear. There we are. Everyone jump on the Discord at the man himself. It's a bit strange. Is there sort of a chat for this? The general chat? There we are. Whoopsie daisies! Should have probably expected that to happen. Dear oh dear. I'm watching the general chat, by the way. I know, right, Agent Chicken? A real shame. But what can we do about that? Oh! I'm back! How interesting! They are clever, aren't they, these fellows at YouTube, aren't they? How clever, aren't they? They're all there. Clever, clever, clever. Okay. But yes, there we are. Oh, well, we'll just keep talking. It was to happen. It was to happen, everyone. It was going to happen. You know, YouTube's been working very hard to make it so it... I'm surprised it didn't block me earlier. Did send the link after all. Don't worry, I was the one who forgot about copyright. I was expecting a show from the 90s to not be so serious about it. But, well, considering it's all on YouTube, you'd think they'd let you. Well, does YouTube just destroy you? Oh, it's all fine. I already got my views. And it only took out part of the stream. That's good. It's better than Twitch. Sometimes Twitch can have a real problem with it, doesn't it? Otherwise, it mutes streams if you do that sort of thing sometimes. Ah, well, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. But yeah, it's fun. You all got to see. It was the audio. That's why it didn't get me the first minute that I played. Because I wasn't playing the audio. It's just the video that I was playing, so they didn't get me for it. Interesting. I think it's the audio. So, lesson is learnt. Don't play the audio. Well. No apologies, though, but that was fun. Anyway. Exciting! Look at us! Absolute rebels, aren't we? Bloody terrorists of the YouTube scene, we are. Fear us. Now what? I probably should finish up, frankly. I'm about to finish my drink, and YouTube ain't what it used to be. Ah, well, you know, it's good and bad. I can see from the artist's perspective that it's a good thing. I'm just amazed at the technology that's involved in that. Isn't it amazing? As it's happening, they're able to block the stream and then stop blocking it. That's impressive. It's impressive. But anyway, I suppose we should probably finish it up there anyway. Sorry about that, Agent Chicken, but we'll have to finish. I suppose we've been here for a while. But yes, it's been very good. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to do stream when I normally. YouTube is watching, as always. Big Brother is watching, as they say. I think I'm going to need to sleep off this alcohol. But I'm glad to have had somebody from Australia come into the stream. Thank you for that, Agent Chicken. It's been nice to talk about that sort of thing. I could talk for, 10 or so more minutes if you so desire. Hearing your voice in a voice chat. We should sit down and... Bugger, I have to catch you next stream, no problem. We should sit down and have a voice chat. I'd love to hear all your darling voices, you little ones. At some point, it would be nice. But we'll see about that. Perhaps we'll play a board game together at some point. Been subbed since your Halo stream. Oh, have you now? Did you actually turn up on the Halo streams? I was wondering if your name seemed familiar. Did you once comment before in one of my streams? Oh god, my voice. Oh, well. Tyrone was there when I first discovered Eric. Yes. I've actually changed my branding. I decided to change my spelling of my name so it'd be easier to find. I'm actually Eric with a K now. I only changed it yesterday, though, so don't worry. Oh, yeah, so I thought your name was familiar, but I didn't want to say it was familiar. Because every time I do, people seem to react really strangely to that. Like I'm trying to hit on them or something. Oh, do I know you? Bloody hell, mate. But yes, it's very interesting, all this. We should play a board game night sometime. not even stream it. We'll just do a board game night. This is some sort of online board game thing, right? Your eyes are going crazy right now. Sorry about that. Oh, hello, old mate. It's good to see you. How are you feeling? We're just about finishing up here, unfortunately. Been looking around the stream when I'm not busy with work. Oh, thank you. Thank you for that. Oh. Well, I always play board games myself, but some of the other games we can play. Well, I'll have to keep them on the back burner. I don't know when I'll get around to doing it, but it sounds like a fun idea. Game night, voice chat. Maybe we'll throw it up on the channel at some point, I don't know. Or maybe we'll just do a game night. No need to scream it. Just for fun. Let me have the last sip of my Waldorf. Cheers to you all. In your early mornings. I do like rye whiskey. It's a good one. Going out to have a look for some more. Sounds like fun. I'm glad it does. Anyway, other than that bit of a hiccup we had, I hope you all enjoyed yourselves. You've been a very good audience tonight. We certainly finished the Kirby a bit faster than I expected. My friends use a board game simulator. My nephew uses a board game simulator. He was talking about it today, actually. At Game Night channels on the channel, you can ping the Game Nights notification to people. I'll post it in the Discord. Oh, interesting. You can also play that Gartic phone one. But yes, thank you for being a great audience. You've been very good tonight. I'll think about what we should play, but we could play Gartic phone. We could play many things. We could play many things. We could play that Among Us game, right? I've never played it before. It'd be interesting to play. But other than that, I think I'll leave you all there. It's almost 2.5 hours, but we'll leave it there. It's not been a very long stream, but I'm glad you all came to it. I've got to get up early and start getting ready for making lunch and hosting the family. So as always, good night, sleep tight, and don't let the penis fish bite. It's time for some Golden Gate arms.